This is Dan Tony Sports. Welcome back. Thank you for listening. My name is Dan Snyder, joined tonight by Tony Casper and Dan Beebe. Dan O'Shea is off tonight. How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
Wonderful.
That's great. So we're going to have ourselves a fun show. A lot of stuff to talk about. We got NHL playoffs currently going on. We got NBA playoffs currently going on. We got some awesome college lacrosse that we're going to talk about. So buckle yourselves in. We're going to have ourselves a kick-ass show tonight. We're going to start like we always do, and that is with our pigskin poetry. And for the third time in a row, it's going to be about the same thing. The Empire did it. They're building a streak. Let's see if we can make it a W against the Soul next week. The Soul isn't perfect. They do have a loss. But for the Empire to win, they will have to play like a boss. This team has been fun, and it's coming together. I'm just not sure what kind of storm that this team can weather. Their only 2 wins were against a winless team. But beating the Soul next week, now that would be a dream. So let's come together and support the Empire as they take down the Soul in brimstone and fire.
That's adorable.
It's going to be so much fun.
Can't wait.
Are they home or are they away?
They are away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that they got their first win, which was nice. I thought it was in Atlantic City.
Oh, when you were in Atlantic City, they got their second win against the same team.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Wins are wins. We'll take them.
The Soul and the Brigade both have 3 wins, 1 loss. Albany is 2-2, and the Washington Valor are 0-4.
We're not the worst team.
We're not.
That's that's progress.
Right now, we're getting the bronze medal.
Being just about even is how they built the empire that is New York State, so it's pretty even.
Yeah, absolutely.
The name makes sense.
Right. It's a good name.
That's all that matters.
It's a good name because that's the one I voted for.
Well, I'm just happy that they're winning and it's not the dismal season that, could have been predicted, but it's good to be able to build on it. If they can beat teams that actually have winning records, then we're moving in the right direction. It's nice to see football back in Albany in general. I haven't yet been able to go to a block party, so.
I haven't been able to go to any of the games either, but I've watched them on TV. So it's definitely a lot of fun. I don't know what it would be like. I don't like the Times Union Center. It's kind of small and cramped, and me being a larger guy, the seats aren't very accommodating. But also, there's always a lot of sweat in that building because it's so hot because you're right on top of each other. Mm-hmm. It's just a disgusting atmosphere, and I don't really like being there, but I really want to go to one of the games.
Yeah, it's obviously because you don't drink.
Well, it has nothing to do with drinking.
It does. You wouldn't be thinking about those things you're complaining about as much.
And you'd be more engaged in the sport.
Whoa. I am sober, and I am more engaged in sports than 95% of the athletes playing, especially at the pro level.
Maybe not 90% of the fans who've been drinking. Have you been to a Buffalo game? Do yourself a favor and go there.
Quote-unquote favor. Do myself a favor.
Listen, you want to talk fandom, go to a Buffalo game. You'll know what fandom truly is. These people are hooting and hollering and having the greatest time of their lives, knowing that they're going to lose.
Dizzy bat and flame tables.
I don't know. I went to a Jets game against the Panthers, and they all thought that the Jets were going to win.
Yeah, there's a difference between delusion and accepting reality and enjoying it.
Okay.
That's what the Bills do. They accept reality, but they're going to have a hell of a good time doing it.
Because they're drunk.
Right.
Okay.
A lot of them. You don't put yourself through a flaming table sober. Unless you're getting paid for it by the WWE, you're not voluntarily doing it.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Nobody's choosing to do this like on a Sunday. You know what I need to do this Sunday? I need to jump off the top of this conversion van into this flaming table that we just spent eating and sloshing beer all over. Great idea. There's no way this will backfire on me. I won't catch fire and have to be stomped out by a bunch of people who've been drinking.
And I won't.
And then have to go into a game where you're half charred, half soaked with beer. Because they had to put you out somehow. And the fire department wasn't going to get there, let's be real.
Are you speaking from experience?
I've seen the videotapes. I'm just painting a picture of what I think goes on before and after these videos that I've watched.
So you've never witnessed that live?
I have not seen a flaming table go through. The one Buffalo game I did go to, it was cold, it was raining, there was a lot of wind. It pretty much is everything I thought Buffalo was, all in a day, as far as the weather is concerned.
And there was letdown.
But that being said, no, actually they won. They stomped out the Raiders, which was ridiculous. But it was probably because it was cold, raining, and miserable. But that being said, it was also like they're still like it's clearly a risk to everybody to be using the flatbed of a truck as a dance floor in the rain. But they were doing it. There were 20 people on that flatbed that I saw dancing. I didn't see any flaming tables, but I'm sitting there like, one of those women's going to fall. I don't think she should be in heels. Why are you in heels at a game?
Yeah, what?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to, or better get questions that don't have answers to them.
Dan D'Antoni Sports, you come for the sports, you leave with fashion advice.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. I mean,
game day do's and don'ts.
Game day do's and don'ts. Yes, that should
make
be
that a list.
I was saying that should be a segment. Yeah.
As we get closer to football season, we should do this.
Yeah.
Tailgating do's and don'ts.
Some advice.
In-stadium etiquette.
In-stadium etiquette and advice from Dan D'Antoni Sports.
This is what we're going to give you next time around.
I'll tell you what I learned.
Because I'm going to a Giants game. I've already got Barkley jersey's already coming.
Oh my God.
It's already coming.
Oh my God.
Allen jersey's coming as well.
I've got an order. I'm getting Barkley. I'm getting Marc-Andre Fleury. I'm getting Joel Embiid. I'm getting a Bill Murray Looney Tunes. Come on, Bill Murray Space Jam jersey. That's pretty sweet.
That is the best of them. Marc-Andre Fleury? Ew.
I'm gonna get Terrell Owens.
Look at his stats.
I'm not saying he wasn't good. I'm just saying ew. But I just want to go back to something that Dan Beebe just said for a moment. Are you really getting a Josh Allen jersey?
Yeah.
You're proud of that?
I mean, I don't really have a choice, but...
Yes, you do! Just get a different person. Ooh. Get a Zay Jones jersey.
Boo!
Better than Josh Allen.
Find a new team.
How so? Josh Allen hasn't been in an apartment complex in the middle of California screaming that he sees Christ and smearing blood on the walls. What are you talking about?
He at least...
That happened to Zay Jones. There's video.
Okay, so he's a little crazy. He doesn't suck.
Pull up his stat line from last year.
Okay, so his stat line from last year wasn't all that great.
Says that he sucks.
Okay, but he doesn't suck like Josh Allen.
Josh Allen hasn't played a game.
Neither has Baker Mayfield. I can tell you, he sucks. Well, except he doesn't stop. Yep. All right, so
I find it. Can we just so that we can gloss over because I know we're going to talk about the other sports. Can I talk about the irony that is Baker Mayfield going in Cleveland, Ohio? After he planted the flag on Ohio State's field.
Yes!
Now your punishment is that you have to go to the state that already hates you.
Yes! Yes, I love it. I think that
Did you see the reaction on draft night of the Cleveland fans? They select Baker Mayfield, and they're like, oh, all right, yeah. They're like, really? I guess we have to cheer.
I don't know if they booed that pick or if they were still booing Goodell.
They were always booing Goodell. He pulled out all of the stops to try and not get booed. He brought crippled children out with him.
I know!
And he still got booed. That didn't save him. He brought all the Dallas Cowboys, stars and Hall of Famers out with him. Still got booed. What did he think? The only time he didn't get booed was when he introduced Ryan Shazier, and it was because he was walking again.
Yeah, and then after Shazier was gone, they booed him.
Yeah, because it's Goodell. Does he really think that there's anything he can do to not be booed? He would be booed if he made sure that the North and South Korean War ended. He'd get booed during it.
That's a good point.
It doesn't matter. Everyone hates Goodell. Even the Koreans would boo him. They don't even know who he is.
Everybody hates Goodell.
Yeah, obviously.
100% everybody...
What do you say in the one after it was during the first round? He's like, "Why are you booing why are you fans booing the Cowboys?"
Yeah, why are you booing all these great Cowboys? No, we're not, you idiot.
We're booing you,
moron.
To make it
Jackass.
fan-friendly for the kids.
So, really quickly, since we're on this topic, and you're a Giants fan, I want to get your take on this. Listening to the Godfather on Levac and Goz today, they were saying, they were talking about how Eli Manning settled his sports memorabilia case out of court, and he didn't go all like O.J. Simpson try and kill the dude, I guess. But Levac thinks that Roger Goodell is going to try and punish Eli. If Roger Goodell tries to punish Eli for the sports memorabilia case, Roger Goodell is going to be crucified, and there's no way his body survives.
It's not going to be good.
It will be an absolute...
It would be another instance to show an overreach by Goodell.
Absolutely.
This has nothing to do with the NFL business.
Well,
nothing to do with it.
The argument that could be made is that memorabilia sales are NFL business because that's NFL business.
Right, but you've already sold the product and then they were signed upon. So the NFL already completed its business transaction. What happens thereafter is irrelevant.
It's like Vegas. What happens in memorabilia store stays in memorabilia store.
I just don't. I don't see where Goodell's. I don't see where his area applies in this situation.
Didn't apply to Ezekiel Elliott.
Right, but I mean, I can understand contract. The problem is he always has that stupid lifeline that he has of conduct detrimental to the league.
Yes.
Which is a bullshit way of saying I can do whatever I want because you're part of the league.
Yeah. I mean, if they really wanted to, if he didn't, like, let's say, for example, if he didn't like Teddy Bridgewater, you almost dying on the field is conduct detrimental to the league.
Yeah, but he's not going to care about that. You know what's conduct detrimental to the league?
Him.
CTE and the ignorance of it. But you don't seem to be doing anything about that. You just keep pushing that under the rug.
The revenue that they're going to get from the legalized gambling is going to pay for the CTE.
No, it's not.
No, you know what's going to pay? Goodell.
Yeah. It's going to pay for his exorbitant contract.
Which brings us, let's move on to the next topic at hand.
Actual topic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys heard, but the Supreme Court was pretty active yesterday and lifted a federal ban on legalizing sports gambling. Now, that doesn't mean sports gambling is legal. It just means that states now have the ability to legalize gambling. Mm-hmm. So, Nevada already has it. New Jersey is almost 100% going to have it.
They already have passed things, They've already passed things through the state that they were ready for this in case it happened.
They're the ones that sued and got the case to the Supreme Court because they need the money to help their economy, which, first of all, is pathetic.
Mm-hmm. Well, they need it for a boost to Atlantic City specifically.
Right.
A lot of their casinos having just been there. A lot of their casinos have shuttered. They're starting to get an increase because Trump's Taj is now going to be Hard Rock Hotel, which is opening later this year, and there's another hotel opening. So they are bringing back their economy. And I think a lot of us overlooked that their economy was crushed under the hurricane that wiped out a very large portion of their business and flooded most of Atlantic City. They want the sports betting because it adds them a whole nother dynamic that they don't currently possess to increase revenue.
Which I completely understand, and let's just get right down to brass tacks. Personally, I think this is a win in so many different categories that it is not funny. Mm-hmm. So, first of all, if you're a college athlete, congratulations. This is going to help you the most.
Education.
Nope, because the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball are all going to get their cut. And NCAA is going to say, well, we want a cut too. To which they're going to respond, as soon as you pay your student athletes, you can have a cut of the gambling.
It very likely could break down that way.
Going
because,
to
again,
happen.
It puts the emphasis on the players and the products that's being gambled over. We're not gambling on NCAA teams. We're gambling on the actions of the student athletes.
Exactly.
So that makes the argument all that more plausible. Now, I think that this is a great idea for certain states. I mean, if we look at our state, it's a great argument. Look at the casino debate we had here in New York. We built a ton of casinos on the idea that it was going to generate revenue. Guess what?